Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. This is part 2 of chapter 10 and we will just jump right in so we can get as much done as possible. Alright, so we're going to go into love prompts. Got a minute? Grab a pen. Use any of these prompts to get you started on jotting a note, an email, or a text to a loved one in your life. For some, the statement stands alone. For others, elaborate on the thought that is given. Your words are sure to bless your recipient. Okay, so 5 powerful phrases to speak to your spouse. I trust your judgment. I'm glad I married you. Here's what I appreciate most about you. I am with you. Being your wife, or in some cases your husband if you're a guy listening to this. Being your wife or your husband has taught me. All right. 5 powerful phrases to speak to your child. You can do it. A happy memory I have of you when you were younger is. I am confident you can make good choices. Being your mom or your dad has taught me God has an amazing life planned for you. Okay. 5 powerful phrases to speak to your parent. I'm not sure I've ever told you before, but thank you for. A wonderful memory I have of my childhood is. I am proud of you for. I admire your strength. How can I help you? 5 powerful phrases to speak to your friend. My favorite thing about our friendship is. The best time I have ever had with you was when. I am with you all the way. The character quality I most admire in you is. You remind me of Jesus when you. All right, and I hope you guys were pausing the video and writing down these prompts. All right, let's move on. For the last 2 years during the Lenten season leading up to Easter, I have tried a new spiritual practice. While I did not grow up in a church that observed Lent by giving something up for 40 days, the practice always intrigued me, and so I did it anyway. 1 year, it was chocolate. 1 year, it was soda. And 1 year, I tried making it meat. But I loved me a good quarter pounder with cheese, so that pledge didn't last very long. For the last 2 years, I have observed the 40 days of Lent in a different way. I decided that rather than give up something, I would take on something. And so I trekked off to the local department store and purchased 40 cute note cards on the clearance rack. Woohoo! Then I stopped by the post office and purchased 40 cute stamps. I mean, I love and respect the American flag and all, but nothing cutifies a letter quite like an adorable, whimsical stamp. I placed the note cards and stamps along with my address book in a rustic wicker basket and nestled in between the 2 chairs in our living room. Then, each morning upon rising, or each evening before bed, I took about 3 minutes to write an encouraging note to someone in my life. One day, I wrote to an old friend whom I hadn't seen in ages. I recalled happy memories and explained to her just how thankful I was that our paths had crossed all those years ago. The next day, I felt prompted to jot a few lines to the teenager who had sung in the worship team at church that weekend. I knew she had been very nervous trying out for the team and even more afraid of her first appearance on the platform at church. I declared what a bang-up job she did and how proud I was of her. Still another time I decided to send a message to our neighbors down the street, letting them know how much our family enjoyed their elaborate and Christ-centered Christmas decorations each year. Their entire house, as well as a long line of pine trees at the edge of their property, made a beautiful display, especially when the snow was falling. We enjoyed its breathtaking and nostalgic appearance every year, but I had never told them just how much we did. My little note-writing marathon was a wonderful experience. So many of the people to whom I sent a letter contacted me to say just how much it meant to them. All day long we see words and are inundated with language. Most often this comes in the form of electronic words. We read tweets, we scroll through Facebook statuses, we read memos and answer emails. We work our way through our favorite blogs, but very seldom do we get an old-fashioned, handwritten sentiment delivered to our mailbox. Writing these notes brought out something good in me: gratitude. As I acknowledged my gratitude to each person, I began to take on an attitude of thankfulness. So often I am not the most grateful person. While I am an outgoing gal who is often thought of as the life of the party, I can also view the world through very critical eyes. When I look at life through the lens of criticism, the delight can drain right out of my day. I begin to dwell on what's wrong with my life. What isn't right about the grocery store setup? What I wish the bank tellers would do differently. But when I stopped and disciplined myself to pen my gratitude on a piece of paper each day, it shifted my perspective. Instead of rolling my eyes at the grocery store bagger who was moving as slow as molasses on a day I was in a rush, I thanked him for bagging my goodies faithfully for the last 10 years. He is a mentally challenged man, and when I spoke these words to him, his entire face lit up. Rather than sit in my idling car stewing because the coffee drive-thru line was taking so long that morning, I greeted the drive-thru worker with a smile and words of appreciation. And then I handed her a gift card to the local bakery to grab a sweet treat for her break that day. When I saw a clumsy teenager trying to wrestle a dozen shopping carts in a parking lot during a snowstorm, I rolled down my window and handed him a $20 bill. I told him that grocery cart getters should get tips too, and his hard work ethic each week when I saw him there had really impressed me. Do you notice what happened here? My thoughts of gratitude led to words of thankfulness. And along with those words came a call to action. I not only wanted to say something kind to these people, I wanted to do something kind for them as well. So just who in your life might be waiting to receive helpful, healing, and hopeful words from you? Family members, even the ones with whom you may have a less than lovely relationship. Co-workers, the people with whom you share an office space. Neighbors, church members, the necessary people in your life. Necessary people are the ones who help us do life. The postal worker, the doctor or dentist, the person who does our nails or cuts our hair. Why, even the garbage collector. Each day you encounter many people, either face-to-face or perhaps online. If you aspire to be an on-purpose person who reaches out and speaks life to at least one person each day, I guarantee your words will not only cheer them, they will change you. As I've already said, words matter. They have tremendous power to affect us either for the positive or the negative. Most of us can recall words spoken to us that have either spurred us on or completely devastated us. I can vividly recall 2 such incidents in my own life, and we will get into those in part 3 tomorrow. I hope you've all had a very wonderful day. Thank you for joining me for this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.